Have you ever wondered why some people achieve their goals with apparent ease, while others struggle? What's the secret ingredient that separates the high achievers from the rest? The answer is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful. It's self-discipline. Self-discipline is the invisible force that guides us in the direction of our goals. It's our inner compass, steering us towards success. But it's not just about gritting your teeth and pushing through. No, self-discipline is a skill, a learned behavior that anyone can cultivate. It's the ability to control our impulses, to resist the lure of immediate gratification in favor of long-term gain. It's about making choices that align with our goals, even when they're not the easiest or the most fun. It's about prioritizing our time and energy on what truly matters instead of getting swept up in distractions. If you think about it, self-discipline is like a muscle. It needs to be exercised regularly to grow stronger. And just like physical training, it's not always comfortable. But with every repetition, with every choice to stay on course, we're building our self-discipline muscle. But let's delve a little deeper. What's happening inside our brain when we exercise self-discipline? Well, science tells us that self-discipline is closely linked to our brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and self-control. This part of the brain helps us to resist temptations and stay focused on our goals. Interestingly, the prefrontal cortex is not fully developed until our mid-20s. This explains why self-discipline can be particularly challenging for younger people. But don't worry, it's never too late to start working on it. In fact, studies have shown that people who practice self-discipline are more likely to achieve their goals, be it in their personal lives, their careers, or their studies. They're better at managing stress, avoiding unhealthy habits, and maintaining a positive mindset. So if you've ever felt like you're spinning your wheels, unable to make progress towards your goals, remember this. Achieving goals isn't just about desire, it's about consistently staying disciplined and focused. So, what's the science behind self-discipline? It's not as complex as you might think. Let's start with your brain, the control center of your body. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain located just behind your forehead, plays a crucial role in self-discipline. It's like the CEO of your brain, making important decisions and setting goals. When it comes to self-discipline, the prefrontal cortex is the star of the show. But how does it work? Well, imagine self-discipline as a muscle. Just like any other muscle in your body, you need to exercise it regularly to make it stronger. The prefrontal cortex is no different. The more you use it, the better it gets at controlling your actions and making wise decisions. Now let's talk about gratification. Self-discipline involves the ability to delay gratification, to resist short-term temptations for long-term gains. It's like choosing to eat a salad instead of a burger because you know it's better for your health in the long run. This ability to delay gratification is directly linked to the functionality of your prefrontal cortex. The stronger your prefrontal cortex, the better you are at delaying gratification. But that's not all. Self-discipline also involves the ability to override unwanted thoughts, feelings, or impulses. Ever felt the urge to check your phone while working on an important project? That's an impulse. Your prefrontal cortex is responsible for helping you override these impulses and stay focused on your task. So, you see, the science of self-discipline is all about understanding your brain and how it works. It's about recognizing that your prefrontal cortex is like a muscle that needs to be exercised. It's about understanding that self-discipline involves delaying gratification and overriding unwanted impulses. It's about realizing that the power to control your actions and make wise decisions is in your hands. Understanding the science of self-discipline is the first step to mastering it. Focus, on the other hand, is the ability to direct our attention and maintain it on a single task. It's like wielding a flashlight in a dark room. Where you point it is where you see. To truly understand focus, we must delve into the realms of both biology and psychology. You see, focus is not just some abstract concept, it's a physiological process that takes place in our brain, specifically in the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for our executive functions. It's the control center, if you will, directing our attention, much like a conductor leads an orchestra. Now, imagine your brain as a bustling city. with thoughts, ideas, and sensations as its residents. They're all vying for your attention, creating a constant hum of background noise. Focus, then, is your brain's ability to silence this noise, to quiet the city and spotlight one resident at a time. This is where the concept of selective attention comes into play. It's your brain's way of filtering out the irrelevant and zeroing in on the task at hand. But it's not just about biology, there's a psychological element at play as well. Our focus is influenced by our motivations, our goals, our interests. When we're passionate about something, when we're driven to achieve a certain goal, our focus sharpens. It's like turning the dial on that flashlight, narrowing the beam to illuminate only what's most important. But let's be clear, focus isn't something you're born with. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be honed and improved. It requires training and discipline. It's about teaching your brain to resist the allure of distractions, to stay the course, even when the going gets tough. So how do we train our brain to focus? Well, that's a discussion for our next segment, where we delve into techniques to enhance self-discipline and focus. For now, let's remember this. Mastering focus is about training your brain to concentrate on what matters most. Now that we understand the science behind self-discipline and focus, how do we improve them? Let's delve into some practical techniques that can help enhance these two critical life skills. First and foremost, setting clear and specific goals is a must. When you know exactly what you're striving for, it's much easier to stay the course. It's like setting the coordinates in your GPS before you start driving. Your destination is clear, and you have a defined path to follow. Next, consider creating a distraction-free environment. This could be a quiet room in your house, a peaceful outdoor setting, or even a specific mental state. You see, distractions can be external, like a noisy environment, or internal, like a mind filled with wandering thoughts. By minimizing these distractions, you can better concentrate on the task at hand. Mindfulness is another powerful technique. It's all about living in the present moment, fully engaged with what you're doing, and not worrying about the past or the future. It's like watching a movie and being completely absorbed in the plot, forgetting everything else. Practicing mindfulness can significantly improve your focus and self-discipline. Developing a consistent routine is also beneficial. A routine provides structure and predictability, making it easier to stick to your plans and resist temptations. Think of it like a well-oiled machine, where each part knows its role and performs it efficiently and effectively. But remember, the most crucial aspect of mastering self-discipline and focus is consistency and patience. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are these skills. It's about making small, steady progress each day, not about drastic overnight transformations. So start by setting clear goals, create a distraction-free environment, practice mindfulness, and develop a consistent routine. And most importantly, be patient and consistent in your efforts. Remember, self-discipline and focus are like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. So flex those muscles and watch the magic unfold. So why bother improving self-discipline and focus? What's the real impact on our lives? Imagine a world where you can accomplish more in less time, where your mind is uncluttered, and where your goals are not just dreams but realities in the making. This is the world you can inhabit when you embrace self-discipline and focus. Let's start with productivity. A focused mind is like a laser, cutting through distractions and enabling you to complete tasks with greater efficiency. Self-discipline, on the other hand, ensures that you stay on track, pushing through even when the going gets tough. Together, they turn you into a productivity powerhouse, able to achieve more in a single day than others might in a week. Next, consider mental health. In an age of constant notifications and endless to-do lists, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. However, when you cultivate self-discipline and focus, you learn to manage your time and energy better. You become more resilient, less prone to stress, and more capable of maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Now let's talk about achieving goals. Whether you're aiming to lose weight, start a business, or write a novel, success requires consistent effort over time, and that's where self-discipline and focus come into play. They are the fuel that keeps you moving forward, or the compass that keeps you on course, and the shield that protects you from distractions and setbacks. Consider the story of Elon Musk, a man who, despite numerous failures and setbacks, has revolutionized multiple industries. His secret? An unwavering focus and an unbreakable discipline. Or think of J.K. Rowling, who, despite being a single mother living in poverty, wrote the Harry Potter series, one of the best-selling book series in history. Her secret? You guessed it, self-discipline and focus. In the end, the key to success isn't about being the smartest or the most talented, it's about being consistent. Consistency is the product of self-discipline and focus. So start honing these skills today for a better tomorrow.